Schubert's Shepherd on the Rock, the clarinetist, or the shepherd, is yodeling and singing in the mountains. He's really pleased because spring is here and all his troubles will be over. The top note in that phrase, the E, is from the altissimo register, the highest register on the clarinet. Here, more than anywhere else, all your singing techniques are required. Plenty of diaphragm support, airflow, also the ability to pitch the notes, to hear them before you play them. What you're doing is picking out harmonics from the register below. For example, G from the upper register becomes E and then A. Now, it's quite understandable if one feels a bit tense playing these notes, picking them out, but the key to it is remaining relaxed. Try and think of the great singer Pavarotti and his fearless and effortless control of high notes. They can be really exhilarating if played well. The very high notes resonate at the top of your head, and to get them you need your jaw to drop. This is because it has to find a slightly different place on the reed. At these very high frequencies, the reed can be beating as much as 1,600 times a second. So not all of the reed is involved with this vibration. You have to damp it in a different place. So it's a feeling a bit like a yawn as you drop the jaw to get these harmonics. If you do have problems with the top note, it's often worth looking at the note before. Just as in life, sometimes present problems are caused by something you did earlier, so it can be, I find, with top notes. Look at the note before. If it's properly supported, then the high note should grow easily out of that subsidiary note. In the example from Shepherd on the Rock, the top E grows out of the G below. So if that G is well supported with plenty of airflow, you should have no problem getting the E. I've included a list of basic fingerings for this register, but they're really just a guide. Up here you have to be extremely flexible. What works on one clarinet won't work at all on another. I also find Alan Sim's guide to fingering very helpful because it's got virtually every combination that you could imagine in it. So up here you really need to be an inventor of fingerings. And remember that what works in one context won't necessarily be good in another. Supposing I'm trying to find a top F for Weber's second concerto, which begins with a very dramatic high top F, which has to cut through the orchestra and really make an impact. Well, for that I would choose this, the closed fingering, because it's quite sharp and I know that I can blow very strongly on it. But that's totally wrong for example, John Ireland's Fantasy Sonata. This sonata also begins with a top F, but it needs to be very soft and singing. In that case, I'll choose this fingering. It's altogether gentler and it's slightly flatter in pitch.